Hi there, I'm Marcus and this is Symbolic Place. What are the 5 reasons that Sweden is taking a different approach to handling this pandemic? I actually think there are a lot of lessons about Swedish culture that we can learn from looking at this event. So let's take a look at some of them here. Number 1, Swedish exceptionalism. This is the historical narrative that having a unique approach for Sweden is not necessarily a bad thing, and in fact has generally worked out pretty well. Number 2, Swedish Stoicism. Now, it is generally not a good idea to overreact to Sweden. It's kind of taboo to do so. So if you have a problem, don't make a big deal out of it, just deal with it in a very pragmatic approach. And this is something that also applies to many aspects of society, including medicine. This current pandemic response is one example, but also people from other countries, when they go to the doctors here, they often will complain afterwards that they weren't given anything other than a mild painkiller for their ailment. No antibiotics, for example, for strep throat. The reason the doctor will give you probably is that will create a much larger problem for you in society eventually if everyone builds up antibiotic resistance. Hopefully the parallels to this current pandemic response are pretty clear there. Number 3, Swedish trust. Swedes trust each other. They trust the government. They trust the system. They trust the businesses that they're not going to be taken advantage of. They're going to be taken care of instead. You can see this by how the government has given out, you could call it a bailout program or whatever, for the businesses. They're not going to take advantage of that. And that people generally are given the benefit of the doubt here. That they can handle responsibility to take the health ministry's directives without being forced to. Number 4, Swedish conformity. Now, there is generally a right way and a wrong way to do things in Sweden. And trends and memes and so forth spread like a virus here. That's a very negative way to put it, but you can usually tell what's cool at any given time here. People will go with the times, and they will also not want to stand out when things get they're not going to criticize the group too much. They're going to want to express their standing with it, their solidarity with one another, by not being too different. Those who do act too different might not find life being so enjoyable. They might not be too popular. Number 5, Swedish easygoingness. Yes, that's actually a word. And I realize this one might surprise you a little bit. It might not fit these stereotypes exactly. But Swedes like to enjoy their life. And Swedish summer is coming up soon. They've been looking forward to that. People love the summer here. The sunshine, the warm weather, the friends, the barbecues, the parties, So that's why you see people still out at restaurants and cafes. It's not the reason why. People have different reasons, but I do think that this is part of it. It's a symbol of Swedish easygoingness. They want to enjoy life, and working super hard every day to get super rich is not a good enough incentive to work super hard and not enjoy life. And getting sick and having some issues, maybe smile the extra issues by not doing a ton more, is not a big enough reason to stop them from enjoying life. But how can you see these 5 aspects of Swedish culture from their response to this pandemic? Well, I think people are out and about, getting together right now, which is a way of expressing, we're not that worried. We're not going to change our way of life. And people are expressing their doubt about other approaches and expressing support for this approach that the country is taking. And there are, of course, critical voices here, but I'm describing the dominant, prescribed response that most people that I know and see around me are taking. But that was all for today. Hit subscribe if you want to learn more about symbols of Swedish culture. Hit like if you thought there was something valuable in here in this video. And comment if you agree or disagree with anything I've said. All right, take care and stay healthy. Bye.